So for Billa 2, what I looked at is the story was lacking in the sense I did feel that it copied Scarface a little bit. And actually one of my fans on my Facebook page earlier in the week had mentioned to watch the trailer for Billa 2 and then to watch the trailer for Scarface. So I did that, and I actually watched Scarface the night before I went to see the movie. And I was thinking about it the whole time throughout the film, and there was some pretty identical scenes, but having said that, Ajit Kumar, he absolutely killed this role. He was so convincing. I think he's one of the best. He's the best at what he does when it comes to gangster roles in Mangata and in Billa. Unbelievable. So it's sort of, that's why I gave it 3.5, because the story was lacking, but the cinematography, they used the Red Epic camera, so they were able to get some high quality, sort of innovative type technology that hasn't really been used in Tamil cinema before, so they were pushing the boundaries that way. So having said that, you know, 3.5 I thought was a bit justified in that sense.
And I think many would agree. I've heard similar reviews. One criticism, you know, of movies such as Billa 2, as you identified, is the reliance on copying themes or even storylines with Hollywood movies, such as, you know, Scarface in this case, and that criticism can be seen in other Tamil movies. However, there are smaller independent Tamil movies have done very well. They've gone to Cannes film festivals such as Parathiviran, Kanjivaram, that have done very well and have very distinct, strong themes that connect, and are very powerful themes that connect with a lot of people. Can we expect Review Raja to review some of these off the beaten track kind of films?
Well, right now, with the amount of time and effort that I put into each and every video with my team, we really strive to up the ante per se on each video that we release. Through the production value, you know, we were trying to get some really cool scenes. Maybe in the future you might see a helicopter scene, don't know, but we're just trying to push the limits each and every time we do a release. So having said that, what we need to do is focus on the major releases that are coming out. So Vishwarubam, Mugamudi, Tupaki, all the major ones that are coming out in the next couple months. Those will be the important features that I'll be focusing on.
For the near future, the blockbusters, out of time constraints, that'll be your focus. Any plans to travel to Chennai, or?
I was actually talking about this with my father and my friends the other day. I was like, I really want to go over there and watch an opening release of a Kamal Haasan movie or a Rajani movie. I think that would be the most epic experience for me, because they are sort of the heroes I enjoy, and I think the whole experience, if it's as epic as it is here, times 1,000, I would imagine over there. And I think all the people that I've been able to connect with online, meeting them and all this type of thing, I think it would be the best experience ever. So I'm going to try and do that in the next couple of months. So they can expect that, hopefully.
Yeah, and I understand an actor retweeted you?
Yeah. So Jiva, he's actually in Nunben. I don't know if you've seen that film, but he was one of the main roles in that. He's been tweeting at me, as well as Venkat. So that's pretty cool, because he was the director for Mangata, and the fact that he's sort of saying my work's great and he's enjoying it and helping me out. It means a lot, and it's sort of a signal that I'm on the right path. And who knows, if I get lucky, maybe I could one day be in one of those films.
Or you can bring them here to Toronto.
Exactly, that would be
interesting. A very large
Tamil
community here. So, if you know, if some people may be wondering, you know, Rajni or Kamal, it's a very standard question in Tamil cinema.
It's true. Well, I think it's too hard. So let me just start by saying, when I came into Tamil cinema about a year ago, I wasn't really aware of the whole hero situation where people choose their favorites. So I didn't have any biases going through the movies that I was watching. But what I do know is Kamal is always pushing the limits with trying to bring out issues that don't typically get talked about. So you can see that in Veeramundi, where he's trying to talk about the death penalty, these type of things. And Rajni, you can't ever say anything bad about the guy, because he's so epic in what he does and his tricks, and he just carries this aura that he's able to connect with people that are 5 years old right up to 75 years old, you know. Everyone has the same opinion and view of him, and I can really see how that projects through his videos.
All right. Well, for me, it's a no question. Kamal, hands down. But
we're all entitled to our opinions, right?
How has your family responded to this and the fame, I guess, success that you've been having on YouTube?
Well, it's interesting. My family, when I first told them what I was setting out to do, they were like, "What? Why are you doing that? That's a bit far-fetched, isn't it? I don't understand." So they thought it was sort of funny at the beginning, but now they're like, "Wow, these videos you're making are unbelievable. I want to go see these movies with you too." And because they live in small cities, small towns, they're unable to actually get the chance to go and watch these films. So when they come to Toronto, next time I'm going to actually take them to go see their first Tamil movie, so I'm really excited about that, and I guarantee they will enjoy it.
If you know, a lot of us within the community and, you know, avid Tamil movie watchers, we all have our criticisms of Tamil movies in general. Is there something that you've seen where the industry could improve on in terms of addressing certain issues, certain stories that are not covered?
Well, I think they need to continue to push the limit, like Kamal does with his they actually are very sensitive topics that he's talking about, and people aren't really able to, I guess, talk about them openly. It's sort of something people know is happening, especially in Tamil Nadu. The people realize it's there but don't want to touch on it. So I think keep pushing on those type of topics. Make more original content, as you touched on. Sometimes I do notice the storylines are a bit similar to movies that I have seen before in Hollywood. So keep the creative juices flowing per se, and really pushing the boundaries on the quality, the realness. And keep doing what they're doing, because I think they're on the right path, especially with Savaji coming out in 3D. I think they're starting to realize it's important that they sort of tap into these new technological advancements that we're seeing over here and bringing it there as well. So.
You know, on that note of Tamil cinema, a lot of the directors, producers, and music composers are, you know, have been contacted by Hollywood to do a lot of the work, and they're really blowing up. As an outsider, you know, when people think Indian cinema, they think Bollywood, you know, Mumbai, Bombay. As an outsider, what difference have you noticed between Tamil cinema and Hindi cinema?
Well, if I'm being completely honest, I've never really tapped into Bollywood as much, but from what I have seen and what I understand of it, it's a bit like comparing. It's a bit like comparing Canadian film with American film. It gets overpowered and trumped by the Americans, and that's the same thing that I think's happening. Whereas people recognize Bollywood because it's commercial, it's flashy, there's ads everywhere. They're talking about the dream lifestyles. It's so built up. Whereas Tamil cinema, you know, it really has a focus on the culture, has the really unique cultural elements, talking about topics that are happening at the current time. But they're just as well done, you know. There are some similarities in storylines. As you know, Three Idiots is remixed with Nanban with the BJ and Jiva, but they're doing a good job, and I think that that's why my goal is really to bring Tamil cinema to the world, because that's the only thing that's lacking, is people aren't aware of what it is, and if they were, I think it could be on the same playing field, and people could really give it the respect it deserves. So.
All right, on that note, and our final note, how can our viewers see your work?
You can check me out at youtube.com/reviewraja. You can also find me on Facebook, facebook.com/reviewraja, and Twitter, Movie Review Raja. And last but not least, my website's moviereviewraja.com.
All right. Thank you, Review Raja.
Thank you
for coming on our show.
Appreciate it.
It's time for a quick break. We'll see you soon.